Welcome back. Let's talk to Mr. Alessio Restani. He is the founder and trader for leadingtrader.com. Alessio, very good morning to you.
Thank you for having me.
Right, let's talk about Snap. We've got two slides here. Snap Inc. Okay.
Yeah. So a few months ago, in March, I said that we actually on this show, I was talking with Zach, and I said, look, Snapchat was launched as an IPO just recently back then, as a matter of fact. And I said, look, this stock is heading down. In fact, that was my annotation on that chart. I said that assuming 29.44 is the highs of Snap, which it was, as a matter of fact, then our projected levels for Snapchat or Snap is going to be fair value 14.7 to $10. Possibly even less than 10. That was back in March I said that, and that was based on statistics. It wasn't just a guess. It's based on the fact that most web IPOs, most web or technology IPOs, I mean, you go back as far as Zynga, as far as Twitter, you name it, Facebook, when they initially launched, they all pretty much halved in price. The only exception would be Google, but that was different. Google was at a time when technology stocks were out of favor. So anyway, so Snapchat, we predicted back then, based on statistics, based on our knowledge of waves and everything else, that it was going to head down to that target, 14.7 to $10. So where are we now is the question.
Let's have a look at the chart.
Okay, so this is where we are right now. You can see a tremendous fall from back then. We're now almost at 12.
What a great shout.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure someone is going to be looking at this saying, oh, okay, so it can't go any further lower, can it? I mean, this is going to be bottoming here. No, be careful. As Jim Rogers, famous investor, says, markets can always go beyond what you can possibly imagine. So there's no bottom here. I don't see any setup to go long. Having said that, one thing you could do, Nick, and one thing I would suggest your viewers can do is draw a trend line, connect the highs on that Snapchat there. And if we break that resistance, resistance at the moment would be about $15. If we break $15, then maybe, yeah, you'd have a higher odds of buying Snapchat then. But until that moment, look, I think I'm going to see more further pressure down to...
So down here, there's absolutely no reason to have them in your portfolio, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, basically, look, if you're looking to buy Snapchat down the line, wait for it to eventually carve out a bottom, maybe at $10.
Which invariably is a higher low and a higher high.
Exactly, higher high, higher low. I would say also, and I'm sure, here's the thing, Wall Street Journal published an article just recently saying that a lot of young folks, and it seems to be the younger generation, millennials and everybody else, who seem to have a deep interest in these kind of stocks like Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. And what this article said is that a lot of young folks and millennials are ignoring quality stocks, quality markets that you should be, instead of just focusing on a lot of garbage, to be honest with you. I mean, Snapchat, I mean, it doesn't even pay a dividend for a start. So instead of just focusing on garbage stocks, look at some potentially phenomenal quality stocks out there. And again, this is what I would say. But again, if Snapchat's your thing, fine, but just wait for carving out a bottom and breakthrough resistance.
Alessio, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.